All right, y'all. Y'all here for another conversation with Life Conversations with Dr. Amy. Y'all, look what I'm blessed with today. These beautiful melanin women. We're going to be talking about girlfriendship, the importance of it. Y'all, we need friends.
That we
Yes.
do.
We need friends to hold us together. So we have 3 guests today with Dr. Amy. We have Miss Shantell Thomas. She is the girlfriend who connects them all. She learned how to be a friend from the women who surrounded her growing up in the South Carolina, and how fitting to spend her adult life as a mom to 3 boys. The balance for her being her days are filled with tech for good and Fortune 500 companies and being a motivational speaker.
Yeah,
That's
thank
Miss
you.
Shantell. She's the one that connects them all.
That's right.
Then we have Miss Tanya Winchester. She's a wife, mother, encourager, writer, teacher, speaker, mental fitness, and resilience coach. Her why: value people for who they are while inspiring and supporting them as they grow. Check her out at TanyaWinchester.com on LinkedIn to connect with her.
Thank you.
And our last but not least, Miss Teki Best is a dedicated wife, mother, sister, and friend known for her unwavering support and love for those around her. She embarks on a transformative journey to discover and define her own identity, breaking free from the constraints of others' perceptions to authentically embrace who she is first, putting herself in this empowering quest for self-discovery.
Amen.
Yes.
I love that. That was something. All right, Miss Shantell, you the one that brought them all together.
You're
let's
right.
let's start the conversation now. I read that it's 11 of y'all total in y'all
That's right.
circle.
Yes.
All right. So Shantell, how you brought all these women, beautiful women together?
Well, we'll start with Tiki first. So I told you that I commonly call her by her government name. So Tiki Bynum Best. I met her in school at St. Augustine's University, which is in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I met her because she shares something unique with me that doesn't happen with any of the other girlfriends. We're sorority sisters. And so that's how
Yes.
I met her.
Okay.
We are both members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And then I met Tanya through our sons. Our sons were friends first, and then we became friends. And then we had to level it up and even became coworkers. So yeah, so and then so now we are all friends through me. So you mentioned that there are 11 of us, and so we're all friends through me, and all with the majority of us are friends from college, but then like we just webbed on and caught on to other folks as we went along, and so there are other like groups of friends in our friend group. So Tiki is best friends with Sheila. Tanya has a rich relationship with Danielle. So like it's really, and it's Rachel, who she just dropped by to say hi. But she's gone now. But Rachel is actually friends with Lauren. But all of these people are people that I knew first, but are now, except Tiki and Sheila. They were best friends before I met her. So
Yeah.
so all of that, and it's so like I said, there's 11 of us, and we are all friends, and we are all always thinking about how it is that we're gonna get together.
Yes.
That's what we do. That's our part-time job. That's our part-time job. We think about how we gonna escape these people, right, Tanya?
That's
Tanya,
exactly
it's
right.
like we try to
Y'all
like
have
how.
enough PTO to do all that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, escape is not it's not big. I always say that escape doesn't have to be, a Mediterranean vacation. Escape can be like a cup of coffee. I shared a cup of coffee with Tanya Sunday for an hour and a half or so. That so
Yes.
it doesn't maintaining friendships doesn't require that you also have a ton of money and time. Yeah,
Right.
it just means that you're committed to each other and you value what you have together.
Are y'all all in the same state? Or
No.
some out of state?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we're not. I was just mentioning to Shantell that I was upset that I can't join them for an outing because I live in Maryland. I think I'm the furthest north, and then South Carolina is the furthest south that we have, but the majority is in North Carolina. We have a girlfriend in Virginia also. So we're on the East Coast, but we try to go down 95 every once in a while to meet up in the middle, which is, Durham, North Carolina. So yeah, no, we're not all together, but we use text messaging as our primary contact, and we probably text in that group every day. And there's something going on every day, and then the text just start, and there's 11 of us, so you can just the text messaging alerts just keep going off and on, and it'll slow down, and then the next wave of people who didn't see the text earlier, then they start back up. So we have a daily contact. We're never not in contact with each other.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, Miss Tanya, what is the importance of this friendship that y'all have? What would you say is your perception of your friendship?
It's a lifeline, honestly. There are things that I go through, and like Shantell, I'm the only female in my home. And so there are things that I go through I can't talk to my husband about. I can't talk to my boys about. Sometimes I can't even talk to my sister um, because she's in a different age bracket, right? So she's 10 years older than me. So she's out of it and she's not maybe experiencing what I'm experiencing. But the beauty of these women is whatever I'm going through, there's someone in the group that has been through it, they're going through it, or they know someone that's going through it. And so the amount of knowledge there, I consider it a lifeline. I can ask them anything. I think the last text message I sent out was about carry on packing. And
Yes.
I just started, I was like, I need to learn how to do this well. Because I'm
Yes.
always checking a bag and it's expensive and I really want to figure this out. And there were people,
Yes.
I don't know that I'm the carry-on queen, but this is what I do. And so I started getting links for things to buy on Amazon. And it happened so quickly, Dr. Amy. I was like, why even bother with Google? Just start with these ladies.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's so true. How about okay? So my son went to to get a facial, and the person told him that he needed to get some products, and I was like, I'm about to text my friends because that don't even sound right. I was like, that don't sound right. Let me text my friends. And what did I do? I got recommendations like immediately. I'm like, and so now my son knows. I'll just wait. I'll wait because you got to text your friend. I was like, because that just didn't sound right. Like that recommendation didn't sound right. So I'm gonna just text people who know because they have children going through the same thing. It's really almost like it's having, I think like having trusted friend groups is having like people who have experience, like Tanya said, experienced it before you, and you get these like reviews and testimonials like you find on Amazon about everything, but about everything, and all of it is pure and it's all for the best, for the best. Like I just want you to have the best experience. So do this, try this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. You want, the best for each other. Not putting one another down as you see in society these days. We're lifting each other up.
Yeah.
Y'all lifting each other up. I love that.
Yep. From simple to the really big, right?
Yeah.
We're definitely lifting each other up.
So all of y'all in the group is around the same age.
I think Teki might hold the candle as the oldest. Is that right?
Yes,
Teki?
I'm the oldest. And I don't mind telling my age because I feel
That's
like I
right.
don't look my age. So
Hey,
I'm
that's
54,
right.
I'm 54 and will be 55 in October. And then we have the baby
Beautiful.
of the group, Jasmine, and she's 47.
Yep, Jasmine's 47.
So we're ranged from 47 to 54. But like Tanya was saying, it's just a great group because someone's going through it, they've been through it, they're on the other side of it. We hold each other accountable on things, we uplift
Yes.
each other. It's great. It's
Mhm.
great.
Yep.
Wow. So let's talk about this, your book, The 40-Day Reset. Was this a collaboration with all of y'all in the group?
Yep.
40-Day Reset?
Yes, it is. It's a collaboration with all of us. And as things customarily happen, I'll tell you two funny things that my friends keep saying to me all the time. No more friends and no more projects. And I do them all the time. It's like I got a new friend and I got a new project. And so and it keeps happening even though they say no more, I keep doing it. So this is the project that I brought to my friend group, and so I literally just said, hey y'all, I'm getting ready to celebrate the 40 days of Lent. I'm reserving it because of some things that I'm going through in my life, and I want you all to be on this journey with me. And so Teki and I are the only ones that share, a common history of being Catholics as I'm growing up.
Yes.
But and so Lent is something that I used to observe when I was growing up and in my early adulthood, but then I put it to the side. But something happened in 2023 and said, you know what? We should really, take this time and observe it and go on this 40-day journey to really see yourself on the other side of something that was really challenging for me. And so I text everybody and say, hey y'all, I'm going to be sending videos of whatever it is that I'm thinking about every day for 40 days. And I started and I just started sending videos, but by the time I got to the 10th day, I was like, y'all, I can't do all this by myself. Which is customary. I always got a good idea, but it's like, Lord, I need help with
Yes.
my idea. That's always customary. And my friends are like, all right, where I was like, everybody send in a video. And so that's what they did. So everybody just sent in a video about whatever it was that they were thinking or feeling as they were going through these 40 days as well. And so at the end of Lent in 2023, I don't know where did it come from, but something said to transcribe them, transcribe all of the videos. And then when I did that, I saw it on paper and I was like, y'all, I think this is a book. And that was by, I think, December 2023. And I'm like, oh my goodness, y'all, I think we have a book. Let's publish a book. Let's do it. And they were like, okay. Very okay and reluctantly at the same time. And and so I put, I did it, I put it all together and I'm like, everybody go in and edit your stuff. So taking it from talking words to written words is a transition all in of itself. And so everyone had to go in and edit their chapter. And then we ended up with a book and it released on Good Friday 2024.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, but it all came from videos. It all came from these women folks saying yes. Yeah.
Right. And I was reading how it's broken up into 3 sections:
Mm-hmm.
physical, mental, spiritual.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yep. So all of the topics. So each one has one topic, but we have one girlfriend that has three, and then I have the rest. So yeah, so you get 40 different things that we were all kind of to some point it generated from one individual, but it nurtured us and we all like commented on it and we leveraged it, and then that's what turned into what is actually written in the book.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
So it is a
beautiful.
collaboration. And so it was like a birthing from our friend group because we're friends. We just going on with our normal friending. But now we have this demonstrable output of our friendness. Yeah.
Yeah. You contribute to how that 40-day reset changed
Mm.
you, and what was the benefit of you doing
Oh,
that 40-day reset?
yeah, absolutely. So I'm wearing my reset shirt that we got.
Oh, we got merch.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
have
got
merch.
merch. We got merch. You visit the website. We have merch. Yes.
I think I'll backtrack a little bit and talk about COVID in 2020 and how um, that was really when Shantell introduced me to these women. And for that year, we met once a month, and each one of us came up with a topic, whatever it was we wanted to talk about, to teach everyone about, we wanted to discuss. And we did that for the entire year. And that's where I got to know them. We laughed and talked. I mean, we would say we were going to meet for an hour, and it would go on for 2 or 3 hours. And Yes. it just went on from there. And so I've learned over these last years with these women that when Shantell comes up with an idea, we might hem and haw, we might give her some static. We want to say no, we don't want to do it. We have other things that we're working on, but somehow we end up doing it anyway. And we come out on the other side so much better. And so I was hiding. I will say this. I've been through so much in my life and have come through so much that I was hiding. I knew that I was being called to step out, to do more, to show my face, to do more video, which I'm not a big fan of video. And Chantel calls and wants me to do video. And I just went through so many things. I was like, girl, no, I can't do that. I got to do my hair. How will I do my hair? Just went natural. What would that even look like? I mean, there were so many things to think about. And then it was, what would I talk about? What's important to me? And then I just woke up one morning and on my mind was, you're playing small and I want you to play bigger. And I felt like it was a message coming directly from God to tell me that it's okay. It doesn't mean that I am arrogant or overly confident. It just means that I have something to say, that it's my turn to be seen. And it doesn't mean that if I want to be seen, that Chantel can't be seen or Teki can't be seen. It means we can all be seen together.
Yes.
And so that's what it really did for me is it pulled me out of myself, out of my own mind and my own thoughts into exactly where I feel like God wanted me to be.
Yes. And Tanya's chapter is called Play Big. It is really, really good. Yes. And she talks through like what she shared with you. She talks through that and it's so illuminating because as Teki says all the time, she's like, every time I'm with a girlfriend, what do you say, Teki?
I say every time that you talk to your girlfriend or you're with a girlfriend, if you don't learn something new about that person, is that really a good friend? I feel like we go around in our lives and we throw around the word friendship and my girlfriend, and that's my boyfriend, or whatever the term you want to use. But I think we need to start using the word acquaintance because if you are not vulnerable with a girlfriend or a significant other, there's going to always be a barrier in that relationship and it's going to surface. So yes, I always say that. Like I always want to learn something new. I talk to Chantel all the time, but I'm telling you, pretty much every time I talk to Chantel, and we've known each other for over 30 years, I learned something new about her. And I'm like, what?
True.
I didn't know that,
Yes.
you know. So I think that makes friendships last. If it doesn't get stale, you're learning and you're growing. And when you grow, of course, different things are going to come in your life that you want to express to other people. So that's what I mean when I say that if you're not learning something about your girlfriend, it just, I'm sorry, it'll just be surface. So, yeah.
That's what
We're
she
lifing
says.
around here. There's a lot of
Yeah, we
stuff going
laughing.
on.
We laughing. Yes, that's it. And that's it. And I agree with her. Once she said that to me one day, it was like a light bulb went on. I'm like, that's true. That's true. It's the people who you have deep, rich relationships with that you have these eye-opening conversations just with your general kind of 20-minute conversation on a random day. You learn something like just about them. Okay, this is the funny one. The other day, we're planning a trip. We're going to run a 5K, and so in the itinerary, I have in there where we having a we're having a moo pajama party, and Tanya texts back. She's like, "What is a moo?"
Girl.
And I was like, "Girl, that thing your grandmama wore." And then I think Teki text, "It's a caftan or something like
Yeah,
that's
or
the official
something.
name." Yeah,
But it was just
Wow.
funny to know
it was
that like
funny.
Tanya just did not know what that was.
What a moo.
But there was no judgment. We all laughed.
No,
It was
and we just
funny.
laughed.
Yeah.
And I felt comfortable saying I don't know what it is because I knew you would give me an answer.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, yeah, moo. Yeah, that was fun. And then I was like, I probably spelled it wrong too. I don't know how to spell moo. I don't even know if it's a real word. I just know that's what they call the dang thing. And I bet you knew what I was talking about when I said your grandmama wore it. 'Cause all
Absolutely.
the-
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. See, that's why I don't know if that's the real word or not.
And that just shows you that Tanya feels safe within this girlfriend group, and that's what
Yeah.
we
Mhm.
thrive for. We never
Mhm.
want anyone in the group to feel that they can't come to us with anything. She came and asked a question that we thought was hilarious, but we answered and didn't think anything of it. So that security, I'm sure I have it within the group. Tanya has it. We all have it within the group.
Mhm.
We talk about it all the time too as a group, but it is a security thing.
Mhm. It
And it's
is.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Mhm.
Chantel, are you the one that, like, if one of the friends are feeling down or going through something, are you that one that just gonna help lift them up? Or is it just a community thing? Or is it that one
I think
person
it's
that,
community. I do think
okay.
it's community, but here's the thing. I am the one that's connected to everybody. And so I
Mhm.
have a individual relationship with everybody. And so but I would say the answer is yes and no. And the reason why it's no is because what Tiki talk about, the safety, that if anyone were experiencing, any down moments or whatever, they would still feel safe to just put it in the chat or bring it up when we get together. So yeah, I do think, but I am, just because of the relationship, I am the one that people call. Yeah. I'm the
But
one that people
I
call.
will say this too. We had a girlfriend just tell us the other day that she was going through something similar with another girl in the group, that they don't have a f- I don't want to use that word friendship, but they don't have an everyday communication friendship.
Mhm.
And they were talking about it through a chat, and one of them just said, "Well, can I just call you? I
Yeah.
know this is out of the ordinary, but can I just call you?" And the other person was like, "Sure, of course." And I think in
Yeah.
our, like, I don't talk to Tanya every day, but I think if I picked up the phone and called Tanya, she wouldn't look at the phone and be like, "Why is she calling me?"
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's everybody in the group. We're just
Mhm.
not like that. We're all here to be kind to one another with open
Mhm.
arms.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
didn't set that we didn't set that as a precedent either at the beginning. We didn't say this is a group of women, we're going to encourage each other and be good to each other and
Mm-mm.
not,
No.
be competitive or whatever. It happened, and I think it's because Chantel, that's not who you are. And so we're all
Yeah.
connected to you, and because you're, an encourager and a giver, then all your friends are as well. And so
Mhm.
I felt welcomed, in the group from the very beginning, and I never felt like it was a competitive thing, but I think it's because of you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
I
thank you, Tanya.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thank you. Mhm.
Who keeps up with all the birthdays?
We all do. I don't
Y'all
Yeah,
do?
know.
I think
Yeah.
whoever you're connected to and their birthday, we put it in the chat. So we're all
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Happy birthday, Sheila," and then
Yeah.
everybody falls in line.
Everybody
So you don't
falls.
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
someone forgot it. I think
Right.
that
Yeah.
we cover each other that way,
Mhm.
because we
Yes.
want everyone to feel included. Um, so yeah, I think it's just that whoever has the information puts the information out there, and then everyone
Exactly.
falls in line.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Are
Exactly.
all the friends married? Any singles?
We got everything. We
Everything.
got we got married,
Oh, good.
single, separated. We got it all.
Yeah.
And separated, and married for long periods of time, so short periods of time. We got it all. So that's what makes
good.
it all beautiful too, because we can all comment on everybody's stuff because everybody been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a
I
good
like
thing
how I
too.
read y'all help each other thrive and succeed in your careers and life.
Uh,
I
Mhm.
read that on that and I was like, that is so
mhm.
important, especially for our culture.
Oh yeah.
Help
Absolutely.
help
Mhm.
each other thrive.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's like we have to be on all fronts, right? There is no exclusivity in where we show up.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like just simple parenting things, career stuff, like if you Tiki was helping one of our other girlfriends develop some work for her job, like so we all just help each other. Tiki has learned how to podcast, and so she does our podcast, and so like yeah, so we just all help each other.
Mhm.
That's good.
Mhm.
So what challenges have y'all faced with your
Individually or
with among your group, your community? Any
mm,
challenges with y'all friendships that y'all have overcome or
time. I don't you think
Yeah,
like getting together, like it's like
yeah,
who can meet here when? And
yeah.
Mhm.
I think that that's all I can think of because I don't have no beef with nobody.
No, we don't have
mm-mm.
that Real Housewife issues where we're
Oh.
competitive and not looking out for the next person. We don't have that within this group. And I think,
Mm-hmm.
like Chantel said, the biggest issue we have is time and who can meet and who can't. Do I have fear of missing out? Sure. Of course, when I can't hang out with them, I'm upset. I want to know. However, it's
Yes.
really funny because then they'll send pictures and
Yeah.
where they're at. If they're at a
Yeah.
concert and the other girls can't go, they're sending pictures and we're like, yeah, whatever. But we're glad that they're doing it. So I think that's
Mhm.
really it. And it's the fear of missing out because, of course, like I said, we're all up and down the East Coast. So we all can't be
Oh
at the
yeah.
same place at the same time. So that's
Mhm.
a challenge, but we really do try to get together and whoever can make it, make it. Whoever can't will be at the next one or the
Yeah.
one after
That's
that.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
and traveling, we'll travel up 95. 95 probably loves us. They probably wish we had toll rolls so we could pay every time we go up and down. But yeah, I
Yeah.
would think that the time is the biggest challenge that we have.
I
And I think
agree.
it's because we like hanging around each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We like
That's true.
being around each other.
We
Mhm.
laugh so much when we're together. I don't think I laugh as much when I'm not with you all as
Yeah.
when we're together. We're laughing all the time. And some of us hope should be on the
Oh
stage
my gosh.
Yes.
improving or something. She is so funny all the
So
time.
funny.
Yeah. But we laugh so much and we laugh at each other, we laugh with each other. And
Yeah.
that to me, that's the most amazing part is that we're just enjoying life. And that's why I call them my lifeline.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, that's good, Tanya. Yeah, we are just enjoying life, and I think just trying to figure out like when to connect, right? And so
Mhm.
like we know
Yeah.
that we have this cell phone and we stay connected here, but getting that face to face connection, I think that's our biggest challenge. But we have plans all the time. So we
Yeah.
just put in the chat yesterday about going to a concert together. We're getting together in September to do the 5K. And then I'll likely see Tiki and Danielle again in December because I go to DC to see my kids and they're up that way. So we're always like plotting out when we're gonna have a chance to see each other.
That was good.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that keeps the friendship. I mean, everything keeps the friendship rich.
Yeah, I had started my other friend, my friend, we had
Mm-hmm.
started a little group, a girlfriend group, and we had tried to plan to go out monthly,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
whether it was to dinner or lunch, and then I guess it didn't really last. Occasionally we'll get together because I just recently moved from Florida to Texas, and
Oh
all of them
wow.
are still in Florida.
Oh.
So it's like, gosh, but even before I moved, the group wasn't just real, connected. It
I
was,
think you.
only a few of us. It was a total of, I think, 11, 10 of us, but then only really like 5 of us stay connected.
Yeah, I think you got to
So,
have a pusher. You got to have a pusher. I think I'm the pusher.
Yeah.
She is. Yes.
So I'm the
okay.
pusher. So yes. So you gotta have one. You got one link. And so I think that I serve as that. I'm the one that, hey y'all, you want to do this? Hey, I found this. And so I'm the girl who's always doing that in the group. But I do it across all. So I'm not exclusive. I
No.
just always I just drop it, like, hey, anybody want to go or you want to try this? Yeah.
And I
So
think
that's it.
I think the secret also, Dr. Amy, is that one pony does not stop a show. So out of
Yeah.
11 people, if only one person can show up with you, you still do it. You
Yeah.
still go. Because if you try to wait for all 11 or all 8 or 5, it's never gonna
Oh, it's
happen.
impossible. Oh, yeah,
Like you
that's
said,
true.
whoever can go goes. If you can't, you'll make it next time. And I think that's
Mhm.
the secret to us. And we kind of know that because we're not all in the same place. But I think that's the secret. It's like whoever puts it out there, I'm going. I'm
Yeah.
just asking if anyone else
It
wants
is.
to come with me.
Yep, that's
Mhm.
right. And like me and one of the girlfriends ended up at a concert on Thursday because I got something came up on Facebook and it was like a free concert. I'm like, oh my goodness, come on, because I know you down the street. And so that I was like, come on, we got to go because it's free. And that's it. And then we sent pictures to everybody.
Right.
That is good though. How y'all, like you said, Tiki, if it's just 1 or 2,
Yeah.
get together
Yeah.
and maintain that community. That's good. I can't, because
Yeah.
I think that was part of our, why we couldn't keep it together, because we felt like, gosh, if everybody can't come, then why do
Yeah,
it? And
that's so hard. That's so
Yeah.
hard. Like even so we did a pre-taping for our book.
oh,
And every we were
mhm.
expecting everyone to be there, but even on that day, everyone couldn't come. So see, it's that thing of getting everyone in the room because of family, everything. It's hard. It's really hard because we're all
Yeah.
grown-ups. Yeah, so it's really hard. So what Tiki said is so smart. I hadn't even thought
Mhm.
about that, Tiki, that we're actually doing that. We're
Mhm.
doing that kind of, oh, okay, well then this okay, you can't come, that's fine. We'll catch you next time.
Right.
Yeah.
And no one
Yeah.
catches feelings about it either. It's
Right.
and that speaks to the caliber of women in our group. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, there is going to be the fear of missing out because I'm the one. That's me. But I never feel any type of way. I'm happy. And then when we see pictures and we comment and we talk
Mhm.
about it, we might, take a jab here and there just to be funny, but it's all in good fun. It's all in good
Yeah.
fun. And I think
Mhm.
you have to be that way with your girlfriends.
Yeah.
There's no other way to be. And if you're not happy with your girlfriend group, get another girlfriend group.
Yep.
Right.
Get another one.
Girlfriend group that you fit
Mhm.
into. And
Mhm.
I'm closer to this group than I am to the groups that are in my hometown. It's just
Yeah.
that it's just a different caliber of women, and
Mhm.
I cherish it.
Yeah. Yep. That's just kudos. That's it. Same thing. I'm with all of my people because most of us are here, but
Yeah.
I'm always trying to get to Tiki.
Yes.
I saw Tiki last month. I think it was
Yeah.
July. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you just always like whatever you can do, you do. That's it. I think that's the rule for all of us. Whatever you can do, do. If you can't,
Right.
that's fine too. It's all good.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all good. Because okay, I just remembered about FOMO. Okay, so Tiki planned this big old trip. We went to Vegas. We went to Vegas and Tiki couldn't come because she got sick. She planned the whole thing and
I
got
planned the
sick.
whole thing for
The
my
Oh,
whole thing.
birthday.
It couldn't come because she got sick.
I
But
got sick.
this is what we did. We sent out a book and we was like, everybody read the book and we're gonna kick off our Vegas trip having a book club so we can include Tiki.
Yes. So they called me Vegas time. So of course it's like 11:30 my time, but I was
Mhm.
up and waiting for that call so I could be a part of
Yeah.
book club. And I read that book.
Yeah.
And it was a very small book, but
Yes.
I read that book so I could participate in my trip that I wasn't on.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but just that just speaks volumes to how they think. They were like,
Mhm.
she can't be with us, but we're going to include her. And I felt
Yeah.
included the whole weekend because I was like, I want to see pictures. I want to see what you guys are doing. So
Yeah.
like they updated me. We did the book club the first night. They would call me
Mhm.
with a question or text me with a question. It was the best thing ever. And I
Mhm.
did. I was sad that I wasn't there, but I still felt like I was there because they took time
Mhm.
out of their trip to include me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that
That's
was the
so
best
good.
feeling ever.
I
Mhm.
love that.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
love that. Are any of y'all like grew up like grade school together, or did y'all all meet when y'all were adults?
So only me and Hope, the funny one. So we met in 7th grade, and we've been friends since 7th grade. And but then the majority we met in college. But then Tanya, Lauren,
Rachel.
and Rachel, I met as adults, and so they're all. I mean, like grown up, grown up. I think 10 years, probably I've known them the least, like probably 10 years, but
Mhm.
everybody else probably about 30 years. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, and then my friend Hope, the longest, since we've been friends since 7th grade. And so
Wow.
she is the funny one in the group. Everybody, like, we call it she come in hot. She funny.
She coming hot.
She come in.
She
She
does.
she come in hot. It's funny.
And you don't
Yeah.
know what's
Love
going
that.
on. You're just on the call and
Mhm.
we're talking about whatever, and she comes in and y'all we go left and we're all going left. And we're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
forgot all about whatever we were talking about because now
Mhm.
it's all about Hope.
Yeah.
It's so
Wow.
funny. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is so
Mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah. I think it's really kind of just honoring everybody's differences is really big, and
Mhm.
what everybody brings to the table. Like, you can count on this person for that. You can count on this person for that. So our friend Renelle, she is the group mom. And the reason why we the ducklings, because whenever she in the room, like, we know she got a project plan, and we gonna all follow her, and we don't ask no questions. We just trust her. She
Oh,
has
yeah.
that. Yeah. And so, like, Tanya and Danielle, they are very inspirational, and they're always
Mhm.
gonna rah us up, and we expect that
Mhm.
from them.
Mhm.
Tiki got all the information.
My research
Yes.
assistant.
She got all the information, and she know all the stuff. And my value, I bring everybody together. That's what I got. I bring everybody. I just, like, I call
And Dr.
Tanya, I call
Amy,
Tiki, I just
yes.
everybody.
And Dr. Amy, let me just bring it back to talking about the book.
Mhm.
It was funny, even reading the book, even though I've known some of these women for over 30 years, I learned something about them. Going back to what I said, if you don't learn something about your girlfriend, are you really
Yes.
I learned stuff about them reading their chapters. And
Mhm.
Oh
just
wow.
it was
Yeah.
enlightening. And I cried or I giggled, because once again, Hope, even though she talks about complaining, she's still Hope in her writing. So you laugh, but it was like I was like looking in a looking glass reading
Mm.
their chapters and reintroducing the girlfriends to me. Like
Mhm.
Sheila and I are best friends, but I read her chapter and I practically wept. And it was just a great opportunity to see something different with our girlfriends.
Mm.
And just the giggles and the laughing and it was just something different. So the book is great. I would recommend everyone to read it. One good thing about the book is that you don't have to read it in chronological order. You can sit one day, look at the table of contents, decide, oh, I think I want to read about this today. And you can, because it's
Mhm.
not a story. It's
Yeah.
everyone's individual story, but it's not a full story from
Mhm.
beginning to end. So I just thought it was a great thing that Shantell brought to us, of course, because she's the connector. And it was just, I mean, I never thought I would be an author of a book ever in my life. It was not in my wheelhouse. It wasn't on my list. It wasn't on anything. But when you're friends with Shantell, you have to expect the unexpected.
Yes, yes. Can you say that
Yes.
again, please?
Yes, expect the unexpected because Shantell will bring something to you, and you're like, "What?"
Yes.
And then we're
Mhm.
doing it 2
Yes.
days.
Yeah. Yeah. 5K on the way.
Yes. This is beautiful. I'm just enjoying seeing y'all just laugh and talk and just you could tell that your friendship is so genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
This is beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Amy.
So where can we find y'all book, the 40-day reset?
So just add a little bit to that. The 40dayresetbook.com. That's it. So simple.
Okay.
Yes, 40dayresetbook.com.
.com.
And
Okay.
and then you'll be able to, of course, purchase the book. But then if for your interested parties, we have the t-shirt on there too. Yeah,
Yes.
so the t-shirt, the merch is there. And Teki, I told you I uploaded the pillow. I'm gonna get a pillow. So there's a pillow also. So you
Okay.
can get so the t-shirt has the word reset on it. So each one of the chapters we actually define what the word is, because I think commonly people, feel like they know what words are. And so we wanted to infuse some intent into each chapter by actually defining the word at the beginning. And so you'll find that there. And then so Tanya is wearing the reset t-shirt. That's the one that, and it defines the word, and just like
Yes.
it does in the book. So the t-shirt is literally just like it is in the book. And so one of the chapters that people always talk to me about that they love is the chapter that I wrote called Dream Keeper. Tanya has Play Big, and Teki has Inner Child. So those are the ones for the folks that are listening. If you want to jump in, like Teki said, and not go in chronological order, the folks that are on this podcast with you, those are the some of the ones that we've authored. And if you want to jump in, and you can get to know us, you can do that with those chapters.
Beautiful. And I'll leave the link to the website and the details of this episode.
Okay.
Before we end, I just want each one of y'all to just kind of just say something about friendship.
Oh,
I'll start off, Shantell.
go
I
Teki.
I feel that friendships should be sacred. I feel that you should not work hard at it. If it's not an easy go, you might want to rethink that friendship, as we use that word very loosely.
Amen.
I just love the easy flow of a friendship, the organic of it. And that's my thing with friendships. I have a small group. You had said that earlier, Dr. Amy, that you have small groups of friends. And I've kept mine small too. I don't have a gazillion friends because I rather have quality over quantity any day.
Yes.
The friendship.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll Tanya, you're gonna take us out. So let me see. Because I know Tanya has something profound to say, because Tanya is the life
Yes.
coach among us.
Yeah.
And so she always has something so profound to say. So I'm gonna let her rep us. So I'll say that I do believe friendships require authenticity in order to have a level of continuum, because you have to be able to trust that the person that you are engaging with they're bringing their true self to the situation, and that because that gives you the jurisdiction to do the same thing, because you feel good and safe in it. And so it's so authentic, because like, we need each other. I think we cannot forget that we were created on this earth to be in community. And I think so important, the most important part of communing is being able to be authentic.
You're exactly right, Shantell. I think the expectation of our group, and it should be of any group, there should be two: authenticity and trust. If you can't trust them with a secret, if you can't trust them to be their authentic selves, and they can't appreciate you and your authenticity, then that person should not be in your friend group. And I am a fan of reevaluating the friendships that you have in your life and really thinking about, am I serving them as a friend? Are they serving me as a friend, right? Because you can't always be a giver. You need to receive as well. So you need friends that are givers and takers, right? And so I think it's okay for us to evaluate, and we don't do that. Some of us will say, well, I've been friends with her since third grade, as if that means you have to be friends with her for the rest of your life. But if she's not doing you any good, if she's really taking away from you, then is that really someone that you should continue to have in your life? And I would say no, because you need that person, like I said, to appreciate you as much as you're appreciating them. And that's what we get from this group. So if I had to leave anything with your readers and listeners, I would say to really value yourself enough to know that you don't have to keep those friends if they're not serving you in a positive and uplifting way.
Told you. See
Amen.
there, mic drop. Told you. I'm just saying.
Wow, that's
get you some
beautiful.
good smart get you some good smart friends like that, everybody.
I'm telling you now, that's the truth. Thank y'all, ladies, for joining me today. Y'all heard it here. Tanya ended it well down.
Yes. Dr. Amy, this has been great. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
giving us
So much, Dr.
Yeah.
Amy.
talk.
Thank y'all.
Thank
And
you.
y'all out there is not subscribed to Life Conversations with Dr. Amy. Hit that subscribe button, like, share. Y'all will be blessed, especially with this episode. Thank
Yes.
y'all.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye-bye.